Greetings to the 13 tribes of Yasrael scattered in the four corners of the earth, and to the Gentiles called by the awesome fiery name of Abba Yahweh Elohim. This is the mighty awesome name that is above all name eternal. Shabbat Shalom. Much love and much prosperity attend your family, for you are the reason of our time like truth, because the time is simply near. Just as we see the days goes by, and so draw nigh the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. Just as the Malach of Yehovah saith unto Yehokanah the Revelator, seal not the prophecies of this book, for the time is simply near. Exactly what we are doing here, family. Decoding end times prophecies, signs, dreams, in preparing people like you, body like you, house like you, for the returning of King Yahushua HaMashiach, our eternal bridegroom, to whom due eternally all worship, praise, honor, service, power, glory, riches, wealth, to the glory of his magnificent Father, Yehovah, the Almighty, and to the Ruach HaKodesh, the very DNA of Abba Yehovah, the very fire of Abba Yehovah, I mean the true XX, the no-go area, the don't touch me there of Abba Yehovah, the power of wonders, the power of conception. Hey, this is the power of a rebirth, glorified body. I just love the Ruach HaKodesh. He made heaven, what heaven is. And he also made the earth, what the earth is, the purifying effort, the fire that's going to consume, burns eternal. He is the Ruach HaKodesh. I love the Ruach HaKodesh. I love the Ruach HaKodesh. I love the Ruach HaKodesh. Oh, I love the Ruach HaKodesh. The Ruach HaKodesh. Yes, Abba Yehovah, you have been worshipped, praised, honored, loved, served right in the temple of your eternal handmaid, your very Isha. For you are my Abba, also my eternal husband. I just love you, Abba. I love my Abba. Oh. I love my Abba. Oh. I love my Abba. Oh. I just love my Abba. I just love my Abba. Oh, Shandalabo. I love Yahoshua. I love Yahoshua. Yay. I love Yahoshua. Ooh. I love Yahoshua. I love my eternal husband. I love you, Abba. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ribo Shandalaba. All right, now, family, here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahweh with this powerful message titled For You and Me. Justice Suleiman prophecy before December 31st. Oracle 4. The oracle is his son, Jesus, and his prophets. Maybe you heard the prophecy already. I would also like to publish it, though I uploaded already on my Facebook, but I want to also put it on the YouTube. So, like I always love to say, it's not by sensational, emotional, radiation burning, personal. No, but by the royal law subjective, we want to prove this prophecy so fat. This is a lie again. Though he's not, they have no shame. They have no shame. December 31st, how many days from here? Nothing, absolute will happen. No, nothing will happen. Excuse me, yeah. Nothing will happen. The only thing that is going to be taking place, that's what we want to look into. So before we start doing it, or before we start going into the title, scripture to validate it, I would like us to listen. Take a very, or rather lay down your ears, to hear what they call prophecy. It is in prophecy. Only one word I pick, Iroko 4. And indeed, Iroko 4. Iroko makes people. All right now, so let's play in his very word. Can I now? Can I put in again the title? Johnson Suleiman prophecy before December 31st. Iroko 4. The Iroko is his son, Jesus, and his prophets. I want to make it broad. Iroko indeed has to fall because Abeyewa needs to use some of them to show example, because your very word is going to be used against you. All right, now, like I always like to say, if you know you are a born Gentile, this message won't by no means do you no help. Rather, it's going to turn your stomach. So if you find yourself to fall into this category, please just kindly take a walk and leave this platform. You are not needed here because the world is going to be supporting their own. I am not of the world, therefore I can support a false and a notorious false prophet. This very man, but where? This is the false prophets the Royal Law speaks about. So where you found this to be offensive in your spirit, know ye that is the sign. Know ye that you belongs to his camp and get out of here. You are not needed. We are only doing this in order to drag our brother and sister under his satanic power, to break that yoke. When the sons of the kingdom and the daughters of the kingdom under his satanic power hear the voice of Abeyehowa, not mine, but the very word of Abeyehowa, they're going to be, breaking loose from his lying wherever. Okay? Because he said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So in order for the truth to carry out his deliverance on you, so what binds you? What was the yoke and what was the bondage you found yourself into that could be now a lie? In order for the truth to carry out surgery on you, fear for the lies has already engraved you, binds you so stronger. So that is why you need to know the truth is the weapon. So when you find yourself to be offended, you just know that you belong to satanic group. Then get out of here. Because I'm going to be doing more these days of this satanic man. I return back to him. I was once into it. Then I also go into another part. Because Ephesians 5:11 make it so clear we shouldn't have no fellowship with every workers of darkness. Rather, we should expose them. That is what we are doing over here. And why are we also doing this? The world is mocking our book. And we are also doing this for the world to know that Christianity and their Jesus has nothing to do with a book, but rather fulfilling one part, the false prophet. Christianity is the great, primary channel of the great deception of these last days. Messiah, the biblical Messiah, and all his apostles keep warning you and I about, or rather beforehand, they said they are on their way coming. In fact, they were already in their time, already there with them in their times. So they keep warning that the last days is going to grow so rampant that you're going to see. Okay, so listen, let's play his voice.
Something will happen in this country before 31st of December.
This is a prophecy. Listen.
Put your ears down.
He's sending out his angels to put their ears down.
Put your ears down. God is going to humble a certain part.
Did I start it from the beginning? Okay.
All right, let me say this and then
I need to start from the beginning.
I'll be done. This year in this country, something will happen.
This is a prophecy.
Something will happen in this country before 31st of December.
Okay.
Wait. Put your ears down. Put your ears down.
He's sending out his agents.
God is going to humble a certain part of the country. I won't talk more than that.
You see, he's afraid. He said, I won't talk more than that. We are still coming. I just want to take us deep. I just want this to deep into us. I just want you to get the revelation over here. I just want you to understand that something absolute is indeed wrong. In fact, this man is satanic. Satan is the notorious false prophet. Listen, I said this year in this country, before December 31st, something is going to take place, something is going to happen. Come on now. Everything happens every day in Nigeria. You are not tying your prophecy to no event. You are not tying your prophecy. You are not specific. You didn't tie this nonsense you call prophecy to event. You are not doing any of that. Something. What is something? Every day things happen in Nigeria. Things, good or bad, always happen. It said his agent should lay down, should put their ears down. That is, he's sending them out to just go and be watching. Nigeria is a 36th whole state. You couldn't even point out one state. Is it Edo State? You are not specific. Is it Lagos State? No, you are not specific. Which part? Is it Abuja? Which part? Is it Warri? Where? You are not specific. So this is a prophet. This is total garbage. Okay? Now, he is sending out his agents, say, put your ears down. So among all these 36 states, when anything happened, this man is going to be claiming that glory. Yes, I said, no, this is a prophet. This is total nonsense. So is this what you people call prophecy? This is complete, burgers. This is complete, total badadash. This is complete nonsense. What word for this? Satanic movement. So let's keep playing it. Because a true prophet would tie your prophecy with events. This is what is going to happen. And you will also, when? And what is going to happen? What time? Okay? That is how the prophet, the book, this Bible from Genesis to Revelation is prophecy. You see, the very first prophecy was, Bereshit. That's not Genesis 3, verses 15. The seed of the woman is tied with events. And it was specific. It's going to crush the head of the serpent. That is the event. Okay? Now, power also being given to the seed of serpent to fight back. That is the event. He said, I will put enmity between you and the woman, between your seed and her seed. That is ongoing battle. That is the event. It was specific. And the event. And the Bible even went ahead and gave us the actual time this event is going to, that is prophecy. This event is going to take place. Then we'll look for it. From Genesis way down to Revelation is prophecy. Go and study whether this Abadabidi, this one is saying, whether you can even lay hands on whatever. What are you going to lay hands on now? What are you going to lay hands on this nonsense he called prophecy? Maybe we can also title this very video part 1. Okay? Because I want to deal with this man. I want to really expose him. I was once into it. There another thing came up because there are so many false prophets. There are so many. I also went into that, but I'm returning back full force to him. Listen, let's keep playing it.
It's going to make them quiet.
Okay.
Something will happen in a part of this country.
In a part.
In a certain part of this country.
Certain part.
You will see it. Iroko will fall.
This is what I picked. This is the only word. But this, okay, let me also elaborate. This only word, he is not also tying it to no event. He is not specific. What Iroko, we know Iroko is a person. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, Iroko simply means giant tree. When you go to Genesis chapter 2, you're going to see 2 trees over there. Tree of life and the tree of death. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is simply called the tree of death. So the tree of eternal life, Yahushua, and the tree of death, the fallen deity, the very one he carried. All right. So he is not tying it to no event. Who is going to die? What is the Iroko that is going to fall? From which part? We have 36 states. So which state this Iroko is going to fall? So since he couldn't unlock that, I'm going to be unlocking. I want to unlock it for him. I want to break the code for him. Because this is a prophecy. But I bet you want to make it so clear. Whatsoever I heard from you, I'm going to be using it powerfully against you. Because you want to keep, bringing shame to the book. You carried, doing this your nonsense business. So let's keep listening to his nonsense. He's even afraid. He's even afraid. That's what I'm not saying. Original man in the spirit. Just look at. So you are in the spirit. You are afraid people not to put words in your mouth.
That people will enter quiet.
All right. This is what I picked. Awesome.
Only God could have done that.
All right.
Only God.
All right.
So, this is a prophecy. The timeline is so short.
Okay. December 6th was being given.
24 days.
Still 24 days to go.
Where anybody who tells you,
I'm done. So if you are a normal psychological person, if you are even somebody that understood what is spirituality, you're gonna know this is nonsense. But the part I pick, that is the area I want to elaborate on. So I want to first of all put in the word of Abba Yehovah before we start keep digging into it. I want to dig it out. Now listen, his prophecy, original prophecy. Okay, he said, Iroko Ufo, I picked that. And this is going to make everybody quieted. So this is going to be world event. He didn't break it so, but I want to unlock it. I want to break the code. I want to remove this man from his hiding place and publish him to the world and let the world know is number one notorious false prophets. The Bible keeps speaking about. So what is going to humble? What is going to make the whole world quieted? It's everybody's going to be quiet. Everybody's going to be humbled. It's everybody's going to be quiet. No, first of all, if this man pray for their Christmas event, know ye that is a false prophet. If this man pray and say they have fellowship on their Christmas and fellowship on their New Year, you will know this man is total job man. Is a scammer. Is scamming. Now what am I gonna say? What is the word? He's a deceiver. His heart is in a very swindlery way, in a very deceptive way, to defraud you people, spiritually and physically. Now you said your God gave you a prophecy that Iroko is going to fall, that everyone is going to quiet, everyone is going to be humbled and quiet, like he said. So if everyone is quiet, why are you praying about Christmas? Why are you praying about your satanic feast? You want to celebrate it. So in a nutshell, the reading of his prophecy says you're going to lock yourself inside your room on your Christmas day. On your New Year day, you're going to be quiet because it says something is going to happen. But let me tell you, of a sure one, nothing absolute will happen. It's a false prophet. It's a false. This is going to be so large. No, he have no shame. So whether it happened or not, he don't care. He has been prophesying lies. Nothing. So he's not moved. That's why he sent out his agent and said, just pull your ears down. Now, that is a prophet. But I took this part that he said is going to happen. Everyone is going to be quieted, humbled. So we'll dig into that and the real Urokoche. But every other part is total abadabidi. So let me just give you some guideline, like I quoted already, Genesis 3:15. You see, that prophecy was so specific. It tied with events and how it's going to be play out with you and I. If you are a spiritual person, believer, you understand that event took place already, and it's still going on. It's still ongoing battle. And limited. That I'm the seed of the woman, okay, and Justice Luma is the seed of Semper. You see now we are enemy. We are enemy because Abayewa put that enmity eternal between me and him. Not just him only. All Christians pastor. Any person that is said he is a pastor, and you are not doing what the book says, you are my enemy. And you are not keeping the prophecies of this book, you are my enemy. And you keep rationalizing things, you are my enemy. Okay? That makes you the seed of serpent, and I, the seed of the woman. Eternal, we are enemy. We are enemy. We are enemy. Yeshiyahu. Best known as Isaiah chapter 8, verses 20. This is my most favorite, okay, when I'm dealing with all this nonsense prophet about pure. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So now, what is the opposite of light? Darkness. So light is a deity, and why darkness is also a deity? Darkness is the irokotri of the knowledge of good and evil that fill the whole world with darkness. Okay. Now I say if you don't get the light, which is the tree of light, Yahushua HaMashiach, the light of the world. If you don't have, therefore simply you get the other Iroko tree. Good or bad, we are under Iroko. Good or bad, in either we Iroko banner over us. That is the area I want to unlock because every other one is total nonsense. Okay. Now Justice Lema is not speaking according to the law, according to the testimony of the law. He says if you are not doing, which means you are covered with darkness. Simply that. Now, what is the law and what is the testimony of the law? Now, let me just put this popular one. I'm not going to be reading it. how prophecy works. Where is it? 2 Kings chapter 7. If you are from if you are now, what am I going to be saying? Oh, what is the word? This is just falling out of me. If you are familiar, that is the word I was looking for. If you are familiar with the royal law, the biblical miracles, I bet you what did. You're going to be understanding this very pair. You're going to recognize it. 2 Kings chapter 7, what happened over there? The prophet Elisha. Elisha said, by this time tomorrow, you see, it was specific in his prophecy. A date by this time. Okay? There's going to be much food. Okay? Not just like, not in a certain part of Israel or in a certain part of, yes, Israel. No. It was specific. So where there's going to be much food. So he also named, should I read it? At the gate of Samaria, not just Samaria, he also points the very gate where that event is going to take place by this time tomorrow. Also specific. That is what we call prophecy, and that is what we call man of Yehovah, and that is what we call prophets. Not all this about that bidding a certain part. She will look into all this badabidi first. Then the other video will look into the Iroko tree that needs to fall. I know you hate truth, but it's not meant for you. It's so bitter. It's meant for the sons and the daughters of the kingdom among these nonsense people. Okay, quickly, let me read. 2 Kings chapter 7, verses 1. Then Elisha said, yeah, the word of Jehovah, this is prophecy. Thus saith Jehovah, this is prophecy. Tomorrow about this time shall a measure of fine flour be sold for a shekel. He also named the price. And 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gate of Samaria. Did you see prophecy? How prophecy works? Thus saith. And now, or should we look into this prophecy, how prophecy worked today? Then the other day we'll look into the Iroko, the pact that I choose. Okay, see what prophecy is. Chapter verses 2 now. Then the Adonai or the Lord on whose hand the king leaned answered the man of Jehovah and said, behold, if Jehovah won't make windows in heaven, might this thing be? And he said, look at thus saith again. And he said, behold, thou shalt see it with thy own eyes, but thou shalt not eat thereof. By this time tomorrow, keep reading. By this time tomorrow, that man died also. He saw it. He saw the great deliverance. He was never a part of it. This is what is called prophecy. This is what the man. The other Eliyahu. That could be, chapter 2. Also in 2 Kings. No, is it chapter 2? Chapter 1, I think so. So you call me a prophet? Am I a man of your word? If I am a man of your word, let fire come down from heaven and consume you. And that 50. He consumed him, and he's 50. They died. Then the king sent another 50, 100 people. He said, man of God, come down, man of Elohim, come down from that tree. And the king is, you just use one hand to call the prophet of Jehovah. Look at what they are doing to the prophet of Jesus. This is all over the internet. This one represents anything heavy. Thunder strike you, Justice Suleiman. Thunder strike you, Yahweh's mighty name. The prophet Eliyahu said, am I a man of Elohim? If indeed I am a man of Elohim, let fire come down and consume you under 50. He killed 100 again. When the third one came, they now humble themselves and never speaks and never talk to him in a such arrogant way. They were humble. That was why they were spared. All right? That's what we call man of Elohim. Not this nonsense. Look at what they portrayed it. Go to the internet and put it. Justice Suleiman, trace on. Tell me what we're going to see over there. Turn down or visit Okbiana. Wa mudia keneme in Yahweh's mighty name. Now Jeremiah, you can also read it in your quiet time because there is no room to read it. Jeremiah 28. Go and see what thus saith Yahuwah. He said, come, you false prophet. You come to prophesy? He said, you're going to die. Yahuwah said, thus saith Yahuwah, you shall surely die this year. And that year, the first prophet was killed that was misleading the people. That is what the dossiers mean. Okay, the first prophet was called Ananiah, Prophet Hananiah. Okay, was the first prophet. Abayawa said, yes, right, you are going to Babylon. 70 years must be complete over there. And this prophet Ananias now came and said, it is not true, it's only 2 years. And the Yahweh will break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar just in 2 years. After that, okay, 6. Even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen. You said that is what you heard from Yahweh. Fine. Amen. And Yehovah do so. Yehovah performed. Yeah, it bless him. You say that is what I want to do for Justice Suleiman. For amen. Now verses 9. Jeremiah 28. Verses 9. The prophet which prophesy of peace, when the word of prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known as the prophet of Yehovah. Okay, now 11. Then another spec in okay, no, no, I'm not still the reply of Yehovah. 12. Then the word of Yehovah came unto Jeremiah the prophet. After that, Ananias the prophet has broken the yoke from off the neck of the. Oh, now, and okay, yes, 13. Now. Go and tell Ananias, saying, thus saith Yahweh, thou hast broken the yoke of wood, but now shalt thou make, but thou shalt make for them the yoke of iron. Even now the battle or the bondage is not severe. First it was just wood, now it's iron. Do you know what that is? That is what lie does. Lie is gonna use it. Lie is a bondage of iron, unbreakable power. 14. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Okay, right now, 15. Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Ananias unto prophet unto Ananias the prophet, hear now, Ananias, the Yahweh hath not sent thee, but thou makest these people to trust in a lie. Lie is a yoke of iron. Therefore, 16, and therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellious against Israel. This is what Joseph Suleiman is doing now. Now, what happened? 70. So the prophet died this same year in the 7th month. Did you just get this? Is what thus says is. So this one looks like Abadabidi. And now Revelation 1 chapter Revelation chapter 1 verses 3. Blessed is he that read, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which we are written therein, for the time is at hand. Okay, when you also goes to 22 verses 18 to 19, it says, if anyone added any word into the words of this prophecy. So the Bible you carry, Genesis to Revelation, is prophecy. We see everything is coming to pass. This is what prophecy is, not your so Joseph Suleiman Badabidi. So right now, let us go to the Iroko tree. I want to deliberate more on that. Now, he said when this Iroko tree fall, or rather when this Iroko fall, everyone is going to be quieted. He said only God, let me use his language, could do a thing like that. So now what could that be? Revelation chapter 1, verses 7. I want to look into this Iroko. Like I said, Iroko simply means a giant tree. The biblical Messiah is Iroko tree, of which he is not the one to fall. No, he is the biblical Messiah. And the unbiblical Messiah is the Iroko tree, and he must fall. The scripture says so. Now, Yahweh is Iroko tree. Okay, you can see that in Romans chapter 11. They are tree, the good olive tree. And Gentiles, they are also Iroko tree. They came from that fallen deity. He said they came from the white tree. That is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and be grafted into the tree of life, the good tree, which is Yahushua. Because Yahushua, Abba is the root, Yahushua is the tree, and we are the branch. He's speaking of the biblical Messiah over there. Now, the Iroko tree that must fall must be the first Messiah. Because that is the only way everyone's going to be quieted. So let's read. Because what Iroko? If a civil ruler for that's going to make me quiet, that's going to humble the world, set it apart, as he said. Not at all. If government or civil ruler they fall, traditional ruler fall, That cannot make me be quieted. No, because those are unbelievers. But the one that is going to make you to be quieted will be when the tree of life surface. See, you're going to be humbled. Because you exalt yourself so much, you speak with a very arrogant neck. It's gonna break your neck. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eyes. Now, I would like to use NIV over here because here we say kindred. No, let's just go to NIV. Kindred simply means peoples, multitudes. Revelation 1:7. Look, he is coming with the clouds, and every eyes will see him, even those who pierced him, and all the peoples of the earth will mourn because of him. So shall it be. Amen. This prophecy. You see how he put it? Specific, very clear. He tied it with events. This one is the whole world. Now, it says coming with cloud. That it went up into heaven by cloud. Goes to other Apostle chapter 8. Take it from verses 19, 11, or 12. Okay. So the cloud receiving into heaven. And it's also coming down with that cloud. This is the biblical Messiah. Okay. Now, it said all eyes. No certain part. No, this has to do with the event of the whole world. He said all eyes gonna see him, both they that worship him and they that does it. And he said both they said those that pierced him, they're gonna mourn. The whole world is gonna mourn. Them that pierced him. Who is piercing him? Is Justice Suleiman, is Jesus Christ, is Christendom. He said Shabbat is set apart. They said no, it is Sunday. He said this is my name. They said no, it is pork. He said this is my feast. They said no, it is paganism Christmas. They said everything. They changed it and ushers in Babylonia to deceive us. We've been deceived and be fed by satanic doctrine. Now this is why you're gonna mourn. This is how you're going to mourn. When he appears, it's disaster. He's coming to this world with unbreakable power, the rod of iron. It's going to be unleashed upon all nations. So this is the only event that's going to quiet, humbled everyone. Not because he's not specific. So let me help and let me unlock the oracle. We see already, all eyes. They are still piercing him. Look at what Justice Suleiman did. Goes to internet. They put him with all kinds of prostitutes. Take his picture and tie it with many prostitutes. Put it over there. Just type it. Justice Suleiman Trisam. You're gonna see him pump out a lot of women, and that will just bring some prostitute breast, and put it on Justice Suleiman's face. Look at the lie he told the other day that somebody bought him a wristwatch of 250,000 pounds. Then afterward, he now picked. When he saw that the person is gone, he now went and now began to ask him Jared defraud the company and tell the girl, teach rebelliousness, and tell the girl and say, come, let us make deal. You just take 10,000 and wire me the 240,000. That is total lie. That is total lie. I also make some inquiry from the internet under the EU law. When you buy something, of course, they can refund money within 30 days. They can refund the money. But that money will be credited back to the very bank pass that was used to pay that money. It has nothing to do with the sales girl when returning it back. It has nothing to do with Suleiman when returning it back. It's only dealing. That dealing has to goes with two people and two accounts. The company and the very person that uses credit card to pay it, that wristwatch, that money will be refunded back to him. That has nothing absolutely to do with Suleiman, because you rejected it, so the money will be returned back to that account. It goes no other account at all. That was a fraud. That was a complete lie. And again, somebody fly out of toilet. Jesus flushed somebody from the toilet of Germany airport, and the person that landed in the toilet of a French airport, from Germany toilet airport way to French toilet airport. That is total nonsense. Go to internet, goes to YouTube, goes to Facebook, and see how people is mocking this man. So that is how he pierced him, because you are portraying the book, making the world to believe that you are what the book says, or you represent the book. Meanwhile, you never represent. This is what you represent: wolves in sheep clothing, to deceive people and to buy private jets. So these are the all Christian pastor in the four corners of the earth. They are PSC. They are PSC Yahushua, because you left the actual way thoughts, and you're not ushering Babylonian and satanic movement. They say you that pierced him, you don't see him. So this is the event that is going to quiet the whole world. Malachi chapter 3 verses 1 through 5. Go and read it. It says who is going to stand? Who will be able to stand at the day of Messiah's coming? Who? That's a question he put before you and nobody. Zechariah 14 verses 4. He said when he comes, a great earthquake is going to take place. When he step his feet on earth. This is the event that's going to quiet the whole world, quiet every person to run into your house and just hide yourself. Revelation 6:13 through 17. He said even the kings of the earth, all this nonsense, the politicians, the civil rulers, the traditional rulers, and all these Patapoto false prophet, he said all of them are beginning to beg the cave to hide them from the face of him. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's a good news for the elect. It's a disaster for you that pierced him the second time. You're going to cry. Now, we want to also shift into another Iroko. How should I title this part one? I don't just now have a lot of scriptures. All right, Matthew 24, verses 24. This is another Iroko that needs to fall. For there shall be false Messiah. There shall be for there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in not so much that if it were possible, and they shall deceive the very light. This is it. This is it. This is it. I think I left one scripture. All right. Okay. It's coming. Yahushua is coming. It means the falling of this Iroko tree, this mark carries. Jesus is the Iroko tree that must fall. Must fall. That is the first Messiah. You see him over there. So now we see there is false Messiah that is going to be impersonating the actual Messiah. John 5:43. Yahushua said, I come in my Father's name. You receive me not. Another one is coming with his own name. And him you're going to receive. Do you know what is Yahushua? You don't even know, but you know Jesus. That is another. I've come in his own name. And now, even these great notable signs, miracles they're going to be doing, what is the nature of it? Just to deceive you. Isn't true. It's false. Now you know already that there is a false Messiah that needs to fall. Now, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 7 through 8. Listen now. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. It said this iniquity that they are doing is being done in a mystery. They themselves don't even know what they are doing. Only he, where I want to read. No. Okay. Only he. Okay. I take it again. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now will light until he be taken out of the way. 8. And then shall what is it? And then shall that wicked be revealed. The first Messiah. This is Jesus, okay? The final. Whom the Adonai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Did you get that? The coming of the biblical Messiah means destruction on the unbiblical Messiah and his people. You want to tell me Christianity represent heavy? For no, come on now. He said this iniquity that they are doing. Listen, now what is iniquity? Iniquity simply means lawlessness, living a sinful lifestyle. How can a Messiah be lawless? And Jesus is a man of sin. What did he say? He said he destroyed the law. And this Messiah is a lawless one. He is the lawbreaker. And Mahdi is on his way to finish it. That was why Matthew 24:24 make it plural. The letter J that gave you Jesus is here 400 years old. Jesus is the name of Jesus. Española called Jesus Jesus. Jesus is simply the gracious deity, and he came from Greek. He's a white guy. Now check out the lifestyle of all the biblical Messiah apostles, prophets, and see how they lived. decently. All these Jesus apostles, check out their own lifestyle. Should we title this part 1? I think so, for a better understanding, because we want to dig deeper. We want to go down this message. I think, let me return back to Malachi chapter 3. We'll pick this up. This is chapter 1. What am I saying? This is part 1. A lot of tear gas is coming out. All right, now. So let's still go back to the coming of Yahushua, the biblical Messiah. Let's still go right, but let's do it. It worth doing. Okay, it worth it. When exposing the false prophet and their Messiah, dig it more, dig it down, dig it wide, dig it high for a better communication. Now, Malachi chapter 3, this is the only event that's going to put the whole world, stand still, shut up, you talk too much. He prata prata, he proto proto, we professor, we cast that devil. How can you come out demon, prostitute? Joseph Suleiman is a prostitute. How can you say you do miracle? What miracle are you doing? We'll dig into that and the source of their miracle. Who is working in them? Why is it become a lie wonder? Why is it become a deceiving miracle? One of goes to the book of Anuka and read. I know you hate lies. Excuse me. I know you hate truth. But this message is it for you. It's only for the elect. And they are just few. Many are called, few are chosen. The one that listen to this part one, they will never come to part 2. Because they hate truth. And they are so afraid for their evil deeds not to be, exposed. That's what Yahushua says. Malachi chapter 3, verses 1 through 5. Let me read it. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And Yahweh whom ye seek. Okay, now. And the Adonai whom ye seek, Adonai is our Messiah, okay? Not Yahweh himself. When they use capital Lord, you will know it's Yahweh himself. When they use small capital Lord, it's speaking of Yahushua. That is simply me, Master Adonai. Okay, our Master. Let me take it again. 1. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And this is I was speaking. And this messenger, which is this word, Yahushua HaMashiach. And the Adonai whom ye seek, I seek him heavily. Okay, shall suddenly come to his temple. I am his temple. Even the messenger of the covenant, he is the angel of the covenant, whom ye delight in. I delight so much in Yahushua HaMashiach. Behold, he shall come, saith Yahweh. You see the capital Lord over here. Saith the Yahweh of hosts. But listen, a question before you and I. But who may abide the day of his coming? Who? And who shall stand when he appeared? Can you? We are going to crust. We will be crushed down. So we will fall. Many of us, all of us. Okay. There is a thing that is going to take place. I saw this vision about how many years ago? If this vision was even given unto me while I was still a Christian, I shall see it over and over and over again. That I was so frustrated when I was among these Christians. I don't want to see it. I was in their in their church, and let me use their word. I was just running, so restless. I refused to have my seat. Okay, everyone was having their seat, but in me, I was just walking to and fro. I would walk to the front of the altar. I would walk back. I would walk to the front. And last time I also narrated this vision. I would walk back. I was just like that, so restless, unable to sit because something we were missing. I was in search of something, but I'm not finding it. So I refused to sit. I was so troubled. I would walk towards the altar. I would walk back again, front and back and front and back, and so and so and so. Before you knew it, and I saw a very giant black guy from the heaven. He tore into the heaven. If you see this man alone, so giant and dark, it was a black guy. When I saw him, and I began to use, because he now used the face of someone that I knew here on earth to reveal to me inside that church. When I saw him, and I began to use that one to shout to, hey, he has come with another thing. I will not mention that man's name. Okay. Hey, this man has come with another thing again. This man has come with another thing again. Hey. I was just, he said, I am not whom you think I am. So what did he do? As soon as he entered, it's like I'm leaving a part, one very important part. As soon as he just entered from the wall, he never entered through the door. He just entered through the wall. When I saw him, every one of us fell down. As soon as he entered, smoke. If you see this smoke was a kind of a bulletproof. It just bombed all of us down. All of us fell down as a dead people, as though we are, dead. So from where I prostrated, I begins to still look at it. Before he knew, he showed me his hand. And when he showed me his hand, because I was thinking, even though I followed up, I was still saying, hey, I was speaking my dialect. Hey, hey, oh, that was my dialect. I was just, hey, he has come with another feel. Hey, it's another feel. He has used to come. He has come with another feel. That was all I could say. And I was measuring that person's name. Before he now said, I am not a person you think I am. I only use his face to appear to you. When I hear that, the fire, blood, and smoke was just popping out from his two hands. He showed me his nails pierced hand. Fire, smoke, and the blood mingled together. When I said, he's a Messiah. I also speak my dialect. He is the Messiah, he's the Savior. I couldn't raise my head anymore. I fall at his feet. And every other one in that congregation, all of them died. And be sharing this testimony, vision again and again and again. So that is the event. That is the only event that is going to make the whole world quieted. And that is area I channel it to. That is the only area I could tie this Iroko that will form. Okay. So it's going to start. But who? Verse 60 said, but who may abide the day of his coming? Who? Can you? Not even me. And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like a fuller's soap. And he shall sit as a refiner, a purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi. Service is going to begin. It's going to cleanse us that are prepared for him. But you that never prepared for him, you will remain as a stick and as a stone, dead eternal. You won't be raised this month. So this is the only event I can channel that to. So I want to dig more into this mystery of the Iroko tree this man saw. He saw Iroko indeed fell. So I want to look into that in part 2. Okay, so let's drop this over here today. Part 2. Maybe I will put that out second day of the week, the very one you come Monday. I hope I finish what I wanted to finish earlier from my work. Then I will come and put it. Okay, because on the 5th day of the week, whom you call Thursday, is the last day of the feast of Hanukkah. You don't know that the feast of dedication, but you know Christmas. So these are the Iroko that needs to fall. Lies. Pastor having sexual intercourse with a married woman. These are the Iroko that needs to fall. Pastor having sex with his own children. These are the Iroko that needs to fall, ma. This cannot keep going on. Never. Thank you, Abayewa, for such a wonderful day as today. We have done it. Hallelujah unto Yahuwah. So 2 days today, we put out the part 2. Thank you, Abba. I love you. I love you.